Welcome to Chasing Time. I'm Tim Lewis, and today I'm chasing time at the Boothbay Harbor Region Chamber of Commerce. And my guest today is Kjirsten Flores.
Hi, Tim.
Kjirsten, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much. This is wonderful to have you.
It's great to be here. So I thought we'd start by looking at some background, your education, your work experience. What can you tell us?
Sure. So I was lucky enough to actually go to high school here in Boothbay Harbor, class of 2003. And after that, I went and decided to go to the opposite coast and went to BYU, Idaho for my education. So I got my bachelor's degree. I got a double major in art education and graphic design because I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it all. I was really impressed and always loved art and wanted to go into maybe teaching. And then I did that for a couple years. And then also started doing some graphic design work on the side. Later, when I was married and had 2 little kids at home, I found out that I could do graphic work any time of day. Yeah. And so that really helped. So I kind of got into graphic design and then was lucky enough to actually come back to the region about 4 years ago.
Are you glad to be back?
I'm so happy to be back. It was always the plan to maybe raise the kids in Maine. We're really grateful for an opportunity to bring the family back.
Well, it's a good job here.
Yes, so lucky.
Now, can you describe some of your graphic art design work? I know in the tour guides and guidebooks, it's excellent.
Oh, thank you so much,
work.
Tim. Well,
what's the process like?
We're so fortunate because we are given access to beautiful photography from area photographers who are willing to say, yes, please use our work to share the beauty of the Boothbay Harbor region. Mm-hmm. So it's not really hard when you have really great graphics to start with. We also have some beautiful ads that our businesses want to put in the region guide as well. So my job is just to tally things up, make it look together. And we also have somebody else who helps with layout.
Well, it's excellent, excellent work. And that goes out to a lot of people. How many brochures
we
on
print
average?
25,000 copies every year.
Wow.
And so people can either reach out to us on our website or call us directly, and we'll send them a free region guide, absolutely free, or they can pick it up here in town at the many different businesses. We also distribute throughout Maine and New England. So we have a wonderful network throughout the Maine Office of Tourism and the Maine Tourism Associations. So if you're stopping by in Kennebunkport or in Acadia, you'll see our guide there as well.
So what is a good marketing tool? What is the best? What do you grab people from?
It's really changed so much throughout the years, and different demographics tend to want different things, right? Mm-hmm. There's definitely the group that I want something in my hand. I want to be able to flip it. I don't want a digital copy, although we definitely have our digital copies of our guide as well. So it depends on the demographic. If I'm looking for someone older than 50, they're going to want a region guide in their hand. They're going to want an actual pamphlet to look through, a map that they can hold. The younger generations are going to want, I need a quick little QR code. I want an app. I want a website. I want a newsletter, or Facebook is another big draw.
I'm old school, so I like to put my hands on that guidebook. But well, that's good. So you're diverse.
We try to make sure that our message is available to everybody, and it's going to be interesting to see how that changes over time. Although I will say, people in print work say print is not dead. There's definitely maybe a resurgence to those people who maybe were kind of used to having digital assets, and now are like, gosh, it'd be really great to have something that people can hold, that it doesn't just end up in an inbox somewhere.
So on average, people that inquire about things here in the Boothbay region, what type of lodging are they looking for? I know it's diversified now. Vacation home rentals are quite popular.
Sure.
So how do you find that?
We have such a wonderful array of options for people who either are coming for a day trip, wanting to maybe have just a quick look around, and then maybe they'll say, oh, when we come back, let's do a vacation rental. But we definitely have those people that say, I don't want to cook, I don't want to clean, I want to have a place where everybody's taken care of, and I want that experience. And we try to also guide people who call in to say, what experience are you looking for? Are you looking for a full resort? Or are you looking for something a little bit more like a B&B? And we're so blessed to have an array of those types of
We've got
offerings.
a good outlay of different types of lodging, and And restaurants too.
Yes.
Where do you find people? They're looking for different types of restaurants?
Well, we try not to play favorites here at the Chamber, right?
sure.
Because
Yeah.
honestly, you could go anywhere in the region and get a fantastic lobster, anything,
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
And so again, it really depends on the member. And we have fantastic people who work here that to try to guide people. When you come in, we're going to ask you, well, what are you in the mood for?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's
if you've had all the lobster you can handle, we'll
Yeah.
try to offer some other options
Yeah.
as well. But we're so blessed with so many different variety of members.
There's an old saying, this goes back many years, if you left the state of Maine without eating a lobster, you committed a sin. So I used to tell my guests at the motel that, and I think they believed me.
Yes.
So. Generally speaking, most of the people coming into the chamber here are pretty well behaved, I presume.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have wonderful, wonderful guests
Wonderful
who come
people,
stop
yeah.
in from all over.
Yeah. I thought we'd take a look at all the different events you have here at the Chamber of Commerce, maybe starting with Windjammer Days and Fishing for Fashion and Clawdown. And,
mid-June, we start off with our Clawdown event, which brings 10 local chefs, and they all have to compete for the best lobster bite. It is one of our most popular events, sells out very quickly. And we are so grateful for the chefs who volunteer their time and talents to come and showcase the very best that they can do. Now, this is kind of a preliminary event. The winner of the judge's choice goes on to compete at Harvest on the Harbor in Portland for the Lobster Chef of the Year award. So that's kind of a big prestigious thing. So we're really grateful to be a preliminary stage for that. But it also kind of kicks off the summer season for visitors. We have people. A couple of years ago, we had a group from Australia who had been to a previous Clawdown number 8 or something, and they said, "Oh, we've got to get back to Boothbay Harbor. We're going to come back for this year."
Wow.
And they were so excited because you get a real feel for the culinary display in the region. It's a fun party event, and we really appreciate all of the chefs who step up. And our sponsors also bring all, of course, local lobster from our local wharves, and it's pretty spectacular.
Has any of those businesses, have they won any state awards?
I'm not sure of that yet, but I do know that this year, Ralph Smith is going back to compete at Harvest on the Harbor. He is a second-time Clawdown winner.
Really?
And so we'll see what he brings to Harvest on the Harbor in October.
Yeah. And then the Fishing for Fashion.
Fishing for Fashion turned 10 years old this year, so it's I would say a relatively new event, but beloved in this town. So the concept is that you have to create an entire outfit out of marine industry materials. This means either your rubber slicks from the lobstermen or rope or sailcloth.
Well, that's the basics.
You have to make the entire outfit. The more you do, the more points you get, right? So if you're using a sewing machine, maybe not as much points, or a glue gun, not as much points as like hand sewing, fishing line versus thread. But we have so many wonderful artists and boutiques who decided to join in the fun, and also some students. And so it's a really great event. And part of that money goes towards some different charity events in the region, as well as project graduation.
So that draws a big crowd too.
It's such a wonderful time.
And that's held at the Bristol Marine?
It has the last couple of years, yep.
That's a nice building there too.
It's fun to have it in that same authentic space where you might see some of these materials being used to build a boat, and now on a model walking down a lobster crate runway.
Oh, I think that's the perfect setting.
Yep.
Now, what about the holiday festivities?
Sure. So Boothbay
That's
Lights.
big, isn't it?
Boothbay Lights is a wonderful time, and it actually starts mid-November. So we have 6 weeks of what we call sparkling events, and some of those events you may have heard of. Gardens Aglow is one of those signature events where everyone comes to the gardens to see their beautiful light display.
Beautiful.
It's award-winning. But we also have those more traditional favorites of Santa arriving by boat. Balmy Days Cruises has brought Santa across the harbor to meet the children at Whale Park for over 30 years.
Wow.
And so that's always on the first Saturday of December. And then following that, there's some other activities, including the lighted boat parade that
that's
evening.
unique.
And then we have fireworks usually to follow.
Yeah, that brings a lot of people in.
It's so wonderful. And I think my favorite memory of maybe the last couple of years, after we had the footbridge kind of refurbished, looking down and seeing the many, many people watching the lighted boat parade on the footbridge. It was just really
perfect
special.
angle for that, So that kind of extends the season too.
Yeah, we don't really call it a tourist season anymore. We're so lucky now. People start coming early April even and into January. We were lucky that year that we had the stellar sea eagle. Do you remember
Yes,
that coming
I remember.
in? And we were like, oh my goodness, we've got people coming to the region in February, early March. People want to kind of get away. There's a different visitor for every season. And so there are those people that want those quieter getaways.
It's a different vibe.
And maybe not so much the busy summer
That's true.
feel
Yeah.
and want those more quaint quiet, contemplative winter times. And then there's definitely people who say, oh, I got to come in October. I got to see the leaves. I got to do the leaf peeping thing. Wonderful festivals for that time. Then the Boothbay Lights, and then into the new year. And then it's springtime and we're doing spring fling again.
Yeah,
so there's always something wonderful
always
coming.
something wonderful. I remember back 30 years or more when my family had a business. After Labor Day, things pretty much shut down.
Sure.
It was a different game.
Yes. And now I have, some members who are like, do you think we should stay open until, Halloween or so-and-so?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, please do. Because we have people stopping in saying, is everybody closed? I'm like, no, you can go here. Please go enjoy.
No, there's no sign up at the Route 1 saying close for the season.
Right,
So,
right.
Let's step back a little too. Windjammer Days.
Sure.
That's a big draw, isn't
It's
it?
such a wonderful event.
Does that draw the biggest crowd, do you think?
I'm not sure. Windjammer Days actually is put on by the Friends of Windjammer Days committee. Our chamber is in charge of the Windjammer Days Street Parade, which is always that Wednesday of that last week in June is Windjammer Days, and we're in charge of the street parade. And so we get fun entries from all of our businesses and also some people from out of our region, which we're so grateful for. So we have the Sailing Masters of 1812. They lead out with their fife and drum.
Do they come every year?
Yes, they do. We're so grateful for them. It really adds a authentic flair to the parade.
A special touch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we also had the LL Bean Boot
I saw
join
that.
in this last year.
The parade this year was really good, I thought.
I think we had the most
Wasn't it the
entries
biggest?
that we've ever had.
Yeah.
So I think we were at 64.
Were you really? Wow.
It was a fun one. And then all the Cora Carts drivers come in as well.
Yeah, that's kind of a unique, that's always been the pattern. I believe, don't quote me, but I think Marion and Dave Dash started Windjammer Days.
Oh, neat.
This is way back, I'm going, but they had a tour boat here called the Holiday.
Oh.
And
well, there's a name for it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I'm pretty sure someone will probably pick it up, but I think it was them. And I know Mark and Diane Gimbel are very active
Huge.
in the Windjammer events.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of volunteers.
Incredible, yeah.
Yeah, for all the different
For
events.
all of our different events, I think over 150 volunteers all told.
Do you really?
Yep.
Wow.
From Claw Down, Fishing for Fashion, the parade, and then through Boothbay Lights. We have so many people that are willing to step up and help just make magic in the region.
Yeah, well, you do. That's a unique... where do you find people coming from in America? Do you ever keep a tally of states? Or?
Sure. So it kind of depends on the time of year. We find that summer is definitely a New England draw, right? An easy drive from Boston or New York.
Yeah.
But in the off seasons, which we don't really have anymore, people from all over. We have people driving from Ohio, Pennsylvania, up from Florida. Of course, we have many of those snowbirds that come and return and say, let's escape the Florida heat and come up for a little bit of cooler weather. But we also have many international visitors as
European.
well. Yep.
Yes, yeah. I remember when I had the motel, I noticed in September and October, we had a lot of German guests.
Oh.
I don't know why, but...
Oktoberfest.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So in your membership, how far in Mid-Coast Maine do you reach out for your members?
We have members that are in Bath and then all the way up to Rockport. So we really cover a very wide region.
Wow,
and I think these members recognize that we are so close-knit that it can't just be this tiny one peninsula. So many of us are traveling or doing business or needing other services in those other areas, and they come and visit us too, and so they see the benefit of being part of our membership.
And the other areas are open to that too?
Yep. Yeah, there's no infighting as far as that goes, thank goodness. I think we all recognize that a rising tide lifts all boats, right?
That's perfect, yeah. So you display folders in their facilities too?
Sure. Yep, we do. So we have our region guide distributed to all of those members as well. And then the other chambers that are up and down the Mid-Coast as well. So, yeah.
That's nice. How many members?
We're just over 265 right now. So it's growing, and we're grateful for every single one of them.
Wow. And the membership here?
Yep.
It's how much now?
It depends on your business.
Okay.
So
Depends on
nonprofits
the
would have a
rooms
different
and-
tier,
yeah.
and then businesses
Yeah.
that have so much employees also get a different one.
And the membership total is what now, did you
Just
say?
over 265.
Wow. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And then I was wondering, the Business After Hours program.
Sure.
Is that a good way for businesses to connect?
Sure. So it's one of our premier networking events here in the region. Each of the hosts signs up for a spot every year, and they decide if they'd like to have it be open to the community or if
Yeah.
it's just chamber members per event. And it is a wonderful way for those business owners to maybe just rub shoulders with someone else who gets
True.
it and understands what it means to
Yeah.
run a business in
Yeah.
this region, or
Well, that's true.
who else are their resources, or being able to just have a moment away on those busy seasons
Well, it
where you're
is,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
let's get together and
Yeah.
recognize how wonderful it is to be here in Boothbay Harbor.
Yeah. How long does it take you to get the guidebook ready? Is that a process in the winter you do that?
You know, we start sending out our renewal agreements for sponsorships of those people that want to put a graphic in the guide. We're starting right about now, just so that we can get it on people's radar. We try to get everything collected by December, sent off to the printer in January, and then we are unloading those big pallets of guides
Yeah.
in February, March. So
Well, that's a process, then,
It is.
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I know when I travel, I always come into the chamber and pick up some of your guidebooks, and
we so appreciate you
I've
being an
distributed them
ambassador
around
for us.
Europe. So
Yes, I think we need
I
to get
go
you
to the
like a
tourist-
special ambassador sash for Tim Lewis.
can you make me one of those?
I'll get on it.
I had a recent trip to Ireland in this past May, and I took some of the folders, went into the information centers,
Yep.
and so it's good to distribute around.
We love
so.
that.
But you know, when I travel on a plane, I travel alone, and people will always say, "Where are you from?" I say, "Well, I live on the coast of Maine," and people know Boothbay Harbor.
Yes, I think it's well known
Yeah,
now.
they know
which
where it is,
Kind of a
and,
neat phenomenon, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And Maine's such the big small town, right? And so if you
a
say, "Oh,
beautiful
you're from Maine," then someone knows somebody, right,
They do.
from here.
Yeah, even
And they'll
in
often
Europe.
ask, "Well, you must know
Yeah.
so and so
Yeah,
over in Bangor."
yeah. No, it's Maine has a good reputation,
Yep.
and that speaks well for the state of Maine and
Sure.
the people in Maine.
The people
So,
here, are spectacular.
You're glad to be here, right?
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
grateful.
Yeah.
Yep. A
And-
transplant, though I am, and not a native, but I'm glad to be
native
here.
status, you have to have proof of a birth certificate.
Isn't
so,
that how it
that's,
is? Even if you
that's,
were born an hour out of
That's
something about-
yeah. You've got to be on the state line.
Yep,
I mean, you
yep.
can't, you can't be. That's an old line we use in Maine. So, Kjirsten, is there anything you'd like to add to the interview? Sometimes I forget things.
Oh,
is there
just-
anything that might?
I'd love to chat about the trolley, maybe.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah.
So our trolley, we call it our community historic trolley. So it was built in 1984, and it was
Yep.
part of the Rock Tide
Yes,
trolley
I
for
remember
many
that.
years.
Yep.
And it was, I think, part of so many people's memories of Boothbay Harbor when they went to visit here.
Yep.
It is free to jump aboard and jump off at all of the many different stops throughout the region. And it runs, full loop is about an hour.
Is it really?
And it runs daily, mid-June to October from 10 to 5. And it's free for anyone to use. So we're really grateful that we get so many donations and sponsorships for that. It doesn't take any member dues to help the trolley,
so that
but
kind of fund is.
it's all through donation and sponsorship.
Yeah.
So we're so grateful for all of those.
Well, that's a good way to fund that. It's Boothbay Harbor. Do you think that it draws an older group of people more than younger?
Or
is it
think
mixed?
I think there's a really great mix, and I think it also depends on the time of year. I think as soon as school is out, we're seeing those families who are just wanting to get on a train,
Yep.
go see the gardens,
Yep.
get out on a boat. So we're seeing those young families for sure. And then as school goes back in, we get kind of maybe an older
The senior
crowd. ready for a little bit slower pace, ready to take it all in, spend more than just a couple days and really just settle in and enjoy. So we're just about at the turn of the season right now, August into September, where we're going to start to see that, wow,
that change.
It's a little bit of a change of pace. But any time is a beautiful time to visit.
Well, it is. The Boothbay Harbor region, I believe Lincoln County is the oldest age county in Maine now.
We are.
And I think Maine
oldest
is the
per capita, and then I think we're the oldest town in the county.
Really?
So I think people have found that this is the place that they want to retire, and this is the place that they want to be. So
it's I know when I was young, there were more kids in the schools, but it is an older group of people. In this whole county now. And Maine is the oldest age state, I'm thinking.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oldest state, oldest county, oldest town.
So we need young people coming back to us.
We do. Yep. And part of what the Chamber does is make sure that we're a viable space for all of those people to come and live and work here.
Just kind of put that message out on the,
Yeah.
Well, I think we've covered some pretty good ground here. Well, we can maybe close it down for now. And I want to thank you for coming
Tim.
by and talking with me and taking the time. Nice to talk with you, and continued success here at the Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you.
You do good work.
Thank you.
And you promote Boothbay Harbor in a great way.
It's not a hard thing to share, right?
Well,
when you got this magical place to tell people to come and visit.
It certainly is. So I'd like to close on a positive high. And I thought, what can I use for this? And this one is simple, but I think it rates a perfect 10. Welcome to Maine, the way life should be. Is that right?
Here, Tim.
I'm Tim Lewis, a true Boothbay Harbor native and your host of Chasing Time, signing off at the Boothbay Harbor Region Chamber of Commerce. Till we meet again, my friends, stay forever young.